Okay, but do you have speed? Okay.
It's very important.
Yes. Crews love me to talk to them. Well, Ernie, you and I have never met before, but after seeing you in Ghostbusters, I have a feeling that I'm going to meet you now and in the future, because I'm sure you're going to get some film offers, more film offers, I should say, from this.
I hope you're right.
Is it true that when this whole project was first getting going, that they didn't think you'd be right for this part, Winston?
Yeah, I think in the very beginning they had a different concept of the character. I don't think there was ever a doubt as to who the other three would be, but the fourth member of the Ghostbusters was, I think they were, since it's a comedy, I think they were looking more in the direction of comedians. I'm not sure about this, it's just my impressions of Ivan Reitman would probably know more than anybody, but I think that was the concept. I think they were probably looking for someone physically smaller. I did a film for Ivan Reitman called Space Hunter about a year ago, and the character was bigger in a sense. His attitude, he believed in himself in a different way. My head was shaved, and I think Ivan still thought of me somewhat in those terms, based on that character. When I heard about it, I felt that I could contribute something, and so it was a matter of getting into him and showing him there are other sides and there are other places that I can go. So yeah, it's, yeah.
Was there ever, or did you ever feel that maybe they wanted you to be more like an Eddie Murphy type off-the-wall person?
Well, I think they were wise enough and understood that I'm not Eddie Murphy. That's not for better or worse, it's just that I'm not. Eddie Murphy's Eddie Murphy. And we all have different things that we offer. We all come from different places, and they're all very special, and we present things in a different way. And they allowed me the freedom to do my thing and not expect of me somebody else's stuff. So I never got that sense that that's what they were looking for.
Did you feel at any time, especially in the beginning, Ernie, that you were the new kid on the block?
Yeah, I think working with a group of people who've been very successful together as a team, and coming into that, there naturally would be a sense of being new to the block, or whatever you want to call it. And I think it takes a little while, or at least in this case it did, to build a certain trust. I knew who they were because they're so visible, but I knew that they did not know me in the sense of what my offerings would be and my abilities were. But after a short time, and a very short time, they learned, I think, or they felt they could trust me, and we began to gel.
Was it always a lot of fun on the set? I mean, a lot of joking and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, it was a very free set compared to most things. It's kind of hard to work with Bill and Dan and Harold and not have fun, but it was still work. And I think back on it like I think back on when I was in the 7th grade, and I think, it was a wonderful year and it was great. But then when I really examined closely, I see that there were moments. I mean, it was not all fun.
The role that you have, I wonder, because of your academic background, you've had a lot of experience with college theater, and you've directed and acted and all that. Do you approach things more intellectually as opposed to maybe they go more with instinct?
Well, I'm not sure. I think Danny, different actors have different ways of working. The best thing about the educational training that I have is after learning as much as I think I've learned, is to forget about it, because it really gets in the way. Performance has to be honest, or it just doesn't work for me. And they are honest. They're very honest. Certainly instinct is there, but I don't think it's a lack of other knowledge. I just think it's getting to that source that makes it believable. It makes it work. And the thing in this film, we were going for what worked, and nothing was really sacred, in that sense. But yeah, so that's. I'm not sure if I answered that question, but
No, I think I wonder also along those same lines, because I get this all the time, young people saying to me, gee, you know, I want to be an actor and I don't know what to do. My parents want me to go to college and do it that way, but I'd really just like to strike out and try to, you know, learn it as I'm doing it. What advice do you give young people?
I think in starting out as an actor, you have to recognize that you have to build a base. That's what your career will stand on. And I've seen people go into it and get some pictures and go and get an agent and expect to be stars 2 days from now. And maybe there are some rare cases of that happening. But the broader your base is, the better your chances of surviving and making a living. I've been able to work and keep working because I see myself first as a character actor. And I've done a lot of roles with hair, without hair, beards, accents, you know, what it calls for being flexible. And I think the more you do in terms of getting education, the more you know about what you're doing, the better your chances are. You have to broaden your base. If I could only do serious work, then I'd be closed out in terms of comedy. If I only dealt with comedy, I couldn't do this stuff. So it's being able to do both, you know.
So you think that kids who want to be an actor, that to major in theater at college is a very good way to do it?
I think it's a very good way to do it. I think there are a lot of community groups. I think if you're going to be an actor, you have to act. If you're going to be an actor, you have to find a place to act, and it is not necessarily me. I have some friends say, well, I wouldn't do a film unless I did all of this. So I wouldn't do this if... I think you have to act, and you have to realize that some jobs you'll make a lot of money, and some jobs you'll make no money, and it all balances out in the end. But the important thing is to act. You don't know if you can do it until you do it, you know. So it's finding a place where you can do what you say you're about doing.
Well, Ernie, we know you can act because we just look at you up there in Ghostbusters and we say, hey, it's Space Hunter, the other things that you've done too.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed very much having this chance to talk with you, and good luck to you, and I just know Ghostbusters is going to be a terrific hit for you.
Great, thanks. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice interview.
You need to say anything?
No, you don't need to say a word. Is it true in the beginning that they didn't want you for this role of Winston? So what changed their minds? Working with these three fellows who know one another for a long, long time, did you feel like the new kid on the block? With all your academic background, do you approach acting in a more intellectual way as opposed to these fellows who might go more with their instincts? What do you say to young people who want to be an actor and their parents perhaps want them to go to college, but they think, well, they'll just get in and start doing it? What advice do you give them? So you think then that going to college and perhaps majoring in theater is a good way to start? Okay, now just reactions. Okay.